Welcome to BamfordRose and another question of the week. This week taken a comment off our own YouTube channel, and it was from our recent video discussing classic Vanquish. Thanks Steve for your question. The question from Steve is that we mention engine upgrade, exhaust manifolds, cams and a remap for the classic Vanquish, and he'd like to know more for his 2003 Vanquish, obviously non-S. So we offer the package of upgrades for Vanquish, which is high lift inlet cams, exhaust manifolds and high flow catalysts. So here's a picture of the exhaust manifold in the fabrication shop on the manufacturing jig. Next picture is of the system on the floor. Sure you'll agree it looks absolutely beautiful. Here's a picture of the exhaust manifold on the engine, and we've got the lower heat shielding bolted on there. We carry across all factory heat shielding, so there's no risk of the under bonnet area being exposed to an excess of temperature. The exhaust bolted onto the engine here has got the lower heat section on. There is an upper heat shielding section, which means the manifold is totally enclosed. Next picture is exhaust manifolds and catalysts on top of an engine. Here's a black non-S Vanquish that we've just recently put the kit on, and we've got a little clip of it revving up also. So I think BamfordRose is the only manufacturer of this level of upgrade for classic Vanquish. I'm not aware of any other supplier that makes classic Vanquish exhaust manifolds or catalysts, and I'm not really aware of anyone that can remap the ECU to this extent either. This kit needs a high lift inlet cam. Without that, and the same on any V12, the inlet flow is pretty much at choke, and it needs the extra lift on the inlet cam to provide a little bit more airflow. So with the inlet cams, and that's a tricky job to install those in situ. The exhaust manifolds and catalysts themselves are quite difficult to fit on classic Vanquish. And to fit those exhaust manifolds, that's a front subframe drop. And the ECU remap, which must be done physically, can't do that remotely. Means that this Vanquish kit can pretty much only be fitted by us in our workshop. Now, I've had a lot of requests for this kit to ship it to different countries, and unfortunately that just isn't possible. The only way to get this on a Vanquish, if the Vanquish couldn't come to our workshop, would be a fly fit as well as supply of all the kit. Normally in our workshop, the fit of this kit is not done separate from a front subframe restoration anyway. Anyone that knows classic Vanquish knows that the front subframe periodically needs refurbishment. So if having to go to that extent, that's quite a big bit of surgery for the car, then it's not too much onward work to remove the exhaust manifolds and catalysts. Meaning that as a package of work, so removal of the subframe anyway because it needed restoration, and installation of the upgrade kit, makes the labour quite efficient and the all-up cost efficient. Whereas just doing the upgrade on its own is a lot of labour, and if not combining it with another job that needed doing for another reason, it just means this upgrade is very expensive. We also have to modify the car's intermediate pipe heat shielding, and we have to modify the intermediate pipe itself. So from inlet cam fit, exhaust manifold and catalyst fit, front subframe removal, modification of the intermediate pipe and the heat shielding, it really is a job that we can only do on site here in our workshop. I said in a previous video that Vanquish was a GT cruiser. It's not the car to be hustling around A roads. And the odd occasion opening Vanquish up in a straight line is what it's all about. The non-S performance is a little bit lackluster if you're being critical. But because the car is a GT cruiser and you're only opening it up on the odd occasion, then the car sort of gets away with the performance level at what it is. But if you wanted that beautiful, glorious exhaust note and in a straight line the responsiveness on throttle to be much sharper, and that pushback you get in the driver's seat from that extra performance. Enthralling, exhilarating. You know, this performance on a non-S takes the non-S above an S, and this performance upgrade on an S is going to take it close to 600 horsepower. Means that even though you're not hustling the cars on the twisty A roads, when you do open this beast up on the straight roads, and it really does pack a supercar punch. I love driving Vanquish with that supercar punch, but equally I love driving Vanquish without it. It comes down to personal preference whether you want to modify your Vanquish in this way, whereas as the years go by, a 4.3 V8 Vantage really does need modifying to make it a modern, enthralling sports car drive. Hope that gives you the info you need to know about this upgrade kit for Vanquish. Hope you like that question of the week, and we'll see you in the next one.